Penn State has landed Iowa State running back Carson Hansen. Welcome into the Tengwall Film Network and another episode of Portal Profiles. Hansen played every game as a true freshman in 2024, and then about halfway through the season, he became the full-time starter. He is 6'2", 220 pounds, so definitely a bigger guy, and I think he has pretty good balance and kind of lateral quickness for the size that he is. You're going to see he is really, really good at manipulating defenders, pressing his aiming points, and making one cut and going to get some yards. And you're going to see some cool stuff that Taylor Mauser, his offensive coordinator, does with him. So per usual, we're going to dive into things that he is good on, some things he needs to work at. Before we do that, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button and like button if you have been enjoying the content. It is always free. We're going to keep you guys up to date on everything transfer portal news, Penn State wise. So we just ask that you hit the subscribe button. It's no paywall, just Tengwall. Let's roll the tape. You are going to see a lot of runs like these off Hansen's tape. He's always going to break a tackle, but the reason why he's able to get big runs like this is because he sets them up. Let's talk about it. So you're going to get a pull here. This tackle is going to be kicking out the end man on the line of scrimmage. What I want you to watch with Hansen here, watch how he presses his aiming point vertical. The main guy you're looking at is this linebacker right here. Because he presses this vertical, this linebacker isn't flowing over the top. He is kind of getting sucked down in because that's the way that Hansen's pressing this thing. And then now stick my foot in the ground. And now so we're even right here. And instead of him being over here, he's back over here. And that's going to be important because now when Hansen gets through the hole, instead of him being right here to meet him head on for the tackle, he's trying to dive. And this is where Hansen's good. He's going to break a tackle, stays on his feet, and then come here. Make another man miss, go get some more yards. And it's pretty frequently because he is so precise at pressing those angles and kind of manipulating the defense to get sucked in. So watch him here. It's a very similar thing. You got a puller. Watch him press this vertical. Now we're going to watch 21 here. That's the guy kind of to beat. So press vertical, and now stabs, and that pulls. You see 21, he's starting to fill this hole because he thinks that's basically where Hansen's going to run. And it's because he pressed vertical. Now, boom, one cut, and now I'm going to bounce outside on this thing. Tackle does a great job sealing this off, and I am in open space. Look at that little stutter. Look at it. We got a little, look at that, floating in the air. Look at him. I like it. I really like Hansen's tape. And don't let Hansen's size fool you. He can break off some pretty big runs. He's got some decent acceleration here. And once again, the one cut that he sets this up with, I mean, it's just beautiful. Takes him down to the 10-yard line. So right here, watch this. He's going to shuffle to the side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to press this thing vertical. And I mean, you see right here, he knows that he is going to cut into this gap, but he just does a great job taking this vertical, just kind of dips his shoulder down even to really influence, that he is going to go straight, and then boom, just bounces right off of this offensive lineman's butt, and then just stabs vertical, and I'm going to go get as many yards as I possibly can. This is a fantastic run right here by Hansen. Listen, it's just smooth. Has a good feel and great vision. I've talked about him pressing the aiming points and, manipulating, but it's also his vision, his ability to do this. So you're getting the split flow from the fullback here. And, a lot of guys are just kind of running into this pile, but he feels, hey, my lineman is kind of sealing this off here. I'm getting a seal right here from my other lineman. Well, I'm going to put my foot in the ground right here. I'm going to cut back into the middle of the field, make two-man miss. And that's Hansen's game. I'll tell you what, it is really, really impressive watching how he manipulates these guys, how he is getting them to think that I'm going this way, and boom, cuts back the other way. Great influence. Now this play right here, this is fourth down. You can see all the way up here. It is fourth down. It's fourth and short. And this was really impressive to me. He is not indecisive. He is just going to go. So if you watch this from the end zone view, just watch it once. Watch how mangled this looks, especially when he gets the ball. It's kind of like it's 4th and 1. Where are we going here? But just trust it and just runs through it and just trust that's where the hole is going to be. Because right now where everything, he's muddied up, he's getting in the hole right here. A lot of guys are panicking at running back, but he just trusts that, hey, this thing's going to open up. I'm going to follow my fullback through this thing. Go get yourself a first down on 4th and short. And then this last play right here, Just like I said, the little jump cuts. This is a 4 or 5 yard gain, but these are the gains that could be where you're right here. A lot of guys might just stick their head up in here or right in here for a 1 yard gain. He presses it a little bit and then sees, okay, I got an opening out here. I'm going to bounce it out, then sticks this foot in the ground. Has really good ability. It's not Katron Allen, anything like that level, but to just, boom, stick in the ground and get vertical. It's definitely a really, really good job of it. So good body control, especially for how big of a running back that Hansen is. All right, as you guys know, we always show the good and the bad, and I wouldn't say there's necessarily bad on his tape as far as running the football, but there's certain things in the outside run game. This is kind of what I've seen. They're running a little pitch option just right here. Hey, just know what you got and just try to take every single yard you can get and race 31 to the sideline, but he just slows down and just tries to, I don't really know what, trying to take 2 guys on and just gets tackled and probably misses out on about 2 yards here. So, somewhat nitpicky, but this is kind of where I have seen some struggles of him deciding on outside zone to get to the edge. And even when he does decide to actually get to the edge, this is the other piece that sometimes just doesn't have that top end speed. So he sometimes will just get beat to the point and can't bend that edge. So he's basically, hey, I'm racing 0 here, and 0 is just a little bit faster. So these are really the only quote-unquote bad parts of Hansen's running game when he tries to get to the outside. Sometimes it's just a little too slow. Now, I wanted to show you this cool little wrinkle that was in here, and it's important because this is going to be Mauser's offense, so maybe we'll see this. But pre-play, Beck is starting to kind of check the play, and very subtly, they move Hansen over from being kind of over here to now right here, and you're going to get a direct snap right to him. And they actually did this multiple times in this game. Just a good job. And just like I said, really, really good moves of where this juke move right here where he stabs this foot inside. That pulls 30 into this hole because this looks like a hole that he's probably going to run through, but pulls 30 in and then goes back outside. And so that allows him to get such better leverage on 30 here. And now he's running. And guess what? I told you, he's always going to make one miss. We got that again. He's got him face down in the dirt going to get more yards. So I really, really like this little wrinkle. But it generally always works out because, once again, his influence of trying to manipulate the defense has worked out so well. And then later in the same game, they did the same exact thing. And this time they actually just lined him up right here. There wasn't even really a shift. They just direct snapped this thing right to him. And hey, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to knife vertical, get yourself a touchdown. I thought that was a fun little wrinkle that Taylor Mauser put in for his running back. Now let's talk about something that's very important for running backs, and that is blitz pickup. And this is something Hansen kind of at times has struggled with that I saw on the tape. Listen, he does his job here. Gets slightly obliterated, but I'm going to give him his props on this looping linebacker. Here comes number 1. Hansen's got to step up, take this. Bow! He gets kind of lit up. But like I said, he's doing his job. But there are other times where it has kind of affected the pass. So here he is right here. You see this blitzing DB from depth. And I'd like for him to just kind of take the fight to this DB a little bit more, just kind of hangs back and takes it. And then his left shoulder, his outside shoulder, kind of allows some pressure here up in Beck's face. And Beck kind of has to throw off of his back foot because of it. So that's something I'd like him to get better at. You're 6'2", you're a big body. Go and attack these blitzing linebackers and DBs. That is definitely one thing that Hansen can get better at. And then the other piece of the passing game as a running back is being a pass catcher out of the backfield. And I did note that Hansen, he had some drops, that is for sure. That's something that I think he does need to get better at. But look, when you have Quentin Martin Jr., he's your receiving back. So I think it's clear that this is probably not going to be Hansen's role in this Penn State offense. He is going to tote the rock and get you those tough yards. Now you have Quentin Martin Jr. You don't have to worry about needing a really good receiving running back. So get a little bit better there. Sometimes, listen, I just had to put this in there. We got to end on a good note because I think this is a really talented running back that's going to be a great kind of just mismatch, and just throw him in there for Quentin Martin too when he gets tired, and just as kind of a change up. And they're two very different backs. Hey, scheme him open a little bit. He can catch it in the flats, get vertical, go get some yards. I am excited about Hansen.